out there, everybody. How's it going? How are we doing today? How you doing, folks? It's Matt Duncan. This is Come Lose It with Matt Duncan. You've been here before. Some of you have been here before. Some of you haven't been here before. Some of you, this is your first time. There are people in my Come Lose It inbox that are trying to act like they've listened to the podcast and get me to get my, go from this to that with your followers, man. You just got to give me a chance. Just reply. I don't understand it, but I keep getting the same things from you people. Now, listen, I said this before to the guy that wanted to come on the show, and he wanted to talk about the balding, the issues with his balding and whatnot, and how he figured it out, how he's got the remedia. He never got back to me. Said he was listening to the show. He was a fan of the show, but he never got back to me. And I pleaded with him over the air, just like this. And this is what I'm doing to you. Okay? So I'm going to give you a code word for those people that are bothering me in my inbox. Okay? It's pineapple. Now, if you reply with pineapple, I'll know you at least listened to the first minute and a half of this podcast. Okay? And then maybe we'll get somewhere. But hey, I know you're out here probably promoting this shit on a reel. There's all these women and men, schlubby looking, making $200,000 a year, they say, from writing reviews for Amazon. And here's what I don't understand. We've got people working to make Amazon possible. Those people are pissing into bottles because they can't take breaks in the distribution centers. And they're making like minimum wage. They're making nothing. They're struggling. They're working so hard just because we need it now. We need it now, babe. And then you've got these people that go on these reels and they're trying to tell you that you can actually make like $4,000 a week doing reviews. I love it. I love to see it because when I was a kid and I was reading that local paper, I saw those ads for stuff in envelopes, okay? And I desperately wanted that to be true. It sounded, especially when you're a kid. When you're a kid and you're in high school and you see that ad for stuff in envelopes and they're saying you're going to make like $2,500 every 2 weeks or something like that, which isn't a lot in this world. That's not going to get you anywhere in this life. But for a kid, it was something. It was something big. Be rocking in. I could have bought a nice car, not a 91 Mercury Sable with a broken gas gauge from my aunt who drove it into the ground for about 10 years. And then I got it, and the transmission blew, and boy, it's good, though. It's good to have a car like that, okay? Your first car, you should see it smoke. You should see the coolant go and steam coming out from the car as you're driving to a mechanic to try to get it fixed. Oh, God. I had some times in that car, but it was very comfortable, and I loved that the back tires were half covered. Loved that. Very stylish, babe. Dropping the babes a lot. Sorry about that. I think it's in my head because I watched Curb, and there was a babe joke where Richard Lewis, R.I.P., dropped a babe on Larry. Check it out. Check it out. April Fools. I'm not going to do any pranks. My wife and I, we don't do. You have to be in a really good mind frame as you get older to do these April Fools pranky shit, because I'll be honest, we're not in the best. Nothing with our relationship, but like we're trying to figure out this world before we get swallowed by it. Before we get those fucking sand dunes coming at us, those fucking worms, you know? So we don't do the April Fool's pranks. Not in this house, not with this mind frame. And I see there's people out there that make money off of doing April Fool's pranks all the time. There's just a couple that has cameras set up in their place, and they've got balloons full of horse cum, and they shoot Nerf guns at them, and they drop the balloon of horse cum on each other, and that's the game, and I think they've been doing it for years, and I hate it. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing all that cum all over their couch, this big balloon full of white paste. It's got to be cum, right? What is it? It can't be milk. It gets all over the furniture. And then they laugh like idiot. I fucking hate it. You do it once. You do one or two of those. You move on. You don't make your income. What do you do? What do you do for a living? I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life because my chosen path of the last 20 years isn't working anymore. What is it you do, sir? Well, we go down to this farmer we know and we jerk off a bunch of horses and we put that semen into balloons and I'll hold it, I'll tape it over a door frame. And as my wife's walking through, now this is all filmed by the way, I'll shoot it with a Nerf gun and that cum will explode all over her fucking head. And I make, we make $450,000 a year doing that. Horse cum pranks. Don't worry. The name of the episode will not be horse semen or cum. This is going to be a wild transcript to read if you're on Apple Podcasts subscribing to this one. I'll try to move on from it. It's a bit disgusting, but shame on them and shame on you. Marineland, speaking of shame, it's finally shutting down. I don't know if the people from out of town, the people from out of Canada, the Americans, the Wild West, the world. We've got this place called Marineland in Ontario. It's by a shithole called Niagara Falls, and they got some fucked up animals and whales, and it's just looked pretty rough. It's looked real rough. I don't think any of those fish are the proper color. I don't think any of them are. I've never seen a beluga that was purple. You know, I think they're supposed to be a little bit more blue, a little bit more. It's just like they're probably getting half salt water, half regular water. You can't have how much. It costs a lot of money to salt water. You know. You got to go to the grocery store. The prices are so high. Anyway, Marineland, that's our Tiger King. In the South, you've got your Tiger King, all these people that breed tigers and stuff like that. Well, we've got Marineland, and that's going away. And speaking of Tiger King, how does that guy get so much internet access in jail? I just saw like he's posting fan pictures of tattoos of him and shit on his Instagram. He shouldn't have Instagram. He's in jail. You don't get Instagram time in jail. You don't get to talk to fans and reply to comments and stuff. What the fuck is this? You got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to write him a letter and tell him how much you love him. God damn it. He's got endless posts about Machine Gun Kelly wanting to turn him gay. I would say he doesn't have a Prince Albert anymore. I would say that he did have to unpin that when he got put into the big house. You can't be, that's a weapon. You can take that thing out and poke someone's eye with it. Not to mention his cock. Anyways, God, this is unhinged. April 1st. It's been a weird winter. I'll be honest with you. I'm all fucked up from the weird winter. We haven't had really any snow here, and we're all just like, oh, it's fine. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. The fires are still smoldering from last summer underneath the snow in Northern Ontario, and that's going to be crazy because it's going to get super hot, and they're going to roar probably worse than last time. Oh, I know. I'm such a negative Nancy sometimes, and I'm sorry about that, everybody. It's just that the world is getting me down, and it's getting you down. I'd be surprised if it wasn't getting you down. In other news, this is a pro fast food fitness podcast. I've been very open about that. I do eat fast food from time to time, and that's okay. It is a delicacy of our time. It's a delicacy of our time. And I feel like as the prices go up on it, because it's expensive now, it used to be a cheap thing that you could eat in your parking lot at 1 a.m. Now it's like you're paying as much as a steak for 2 people getting meals and all the shit, as much as one steak. Okay. And I try to keep it real there. I love the Big Mac. Like I got no problems with a Big Mac sandwich, but I also like to get a little snack wrap sometimes. Just a little chicky guy snack wrap, but it has to be the spicy buffalo. I don't want McDonald's ranch sauce. They've got it down for some sauces. Right? They've got it down for the Big Mac sauce. They've even got it down for the mayo on their chicken burgers. But I'll tell you one sauce they don't have down, and that is ranch. And I ordered a spicy buffalo fucking wrap. And it came as a ranch wrap. And it was inedible. You can't fucking eat them. They're disgusting. If you're ordering the ranch wrap, Get a fucking hold of yourself. They're horrible. I couldn't eat it. It made me mad. Wasn't a good, like, I went through a lot of rage last week. A lot of rage. And I still got a lot left in me. Maybe it's this eclipse happening. We're going to get to that in the health news. I'm going to save that for the health news because we're going to talk about health-related topic to the eclipse, babe. Oh, shit, I dropped another babe. Sorry about that. Sam Bankman-Fried got 25 years. We've been waiting for this day. We've talked about Sammy on this podcast before. The crypto king. He had his own exchange. He was using everybody's crypto money, and he was just fucking having a good time, ordering his fucking vegan food and keeping the fridge stored with fucking grass shots, wheat grass. Well, he's got a 25-year sentence. And hey, you know, he's a young enough guy. He's going to probably get out by the age of 50 if he's good. If he doesn't do anything silly in there. If he stays alive. Man, that is a long time to be in jail, though. 25 years, 20 years. It's just like, whoa. Because it's not like you get that time back. It's like, okay, so we'll add 20 years to your life because you spent it in this exact same box the entire time. And a lot changes in 25 years when you get out of there. Like, who knows where the crypto's going to be? Who knows where the Bitcoin's going to be in 25 years? It's at record highs right now. He must be shitting cakes. Well, he'll probably, if you're allowed to Instagram in prison, I guess you'll be able to trade crypto too. You'll probably have a nice little bank account. You'll be able to pay for stuff with a credit card. You know, you won't need to have family sending you money and stuff for the commissary anymore. You'll be able to just get a fucking credit card. You don't have to worry about that debt. Get balance insurance. That's the way to fucking do it. Sammy, best of luck. None of us understand the crypto thing, but we do understand when you steal our money. So, tisk tisk.
Fitness update.
We're going to try to keep this going because I have to get back to work, folks. Yes, that's right. Some of us have a job around here. Some of us love our job, okay? And we have to get back to it. It's not me. Fucking hate it. Hate my job. I hate acting now. I hate everything. I hate everything. And I got tricked into a first call coming in. I ain't driving into the city for fucking nothing unless you're paying me. I got tricked into a fucking recall, and we didn't get paid anything. I was there with a group of people, and we're all like, are we getting paid for this? Nobody wants to come in anymore unless we're getting paid. Nobody. And we are now, and I said until it ends, I will keep mentioning it, or until the time that I, officially am not acting anymore, which it could be soon. We're still in a lockout. 2 years. We are at the 2-year mark coming up in, I think, a week or two. Might be now. 2 years locked out. So we haven't had a break since 2019. Stuff was normal in 2019, and it hasn't been normal since for actors in Canada, especially the commercial industry. Starts to wear on you, bub. But I went back on the fast. We're in the fitness update now. I went back on the fast last week. I did 5 of 7 days, and it was rough because I went right back into a 16-hour fast. I didn't gradually go in. Usually when you've been out of it for a while, you should start with a 14-hour, then a 15, kind of pyramid up. And I just was like, fuck it. I've done this long enough. I've fasted in over 2,000 hours since I got the app back in beginning of 23 or whatever. And I thought I could do it, but I got fucking angry. I got tired. I just didn't feel good. So I don't know. Did I take last week? I've taken some time off. Because it is what it is. But I am exercised 5 days last week. That's good. And I'm starting to do HIIT training again. So that means I'm doing high intensity workouts that are like short, 7 to 10 minutes, but it's high intensity. We've talked about this on many episodes in the past of this, every iteration of this podcast, how HIIT training can be just as good as being in a gym for 45 minutes and doing moderate weights. So at the very least, when I'm not feeling like working out, I'm doing those, and it's difficult. It's very difficult, and it's just nice to be exhausted through the whole thing. I've also got some ligament trouble in my right arm. I don't know what the hell is going on there. I've had a hard time doing curls and stuff, so it's hard for me to even work out. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but it's hard to lift things. Hard to lift things for me right now. And now that the weather's getting nicer, it's time to get back out on that outside bike, And I'm like on the inside bike, we're almost at the next checkpoint here, kilometer-wise, 3650. We'll be at the next destination, and we'll talk about that when we hit it. But I'm going to probably hit it in like the next time we do this podcast, sometime in mid-April, late April, something like that. But yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am with the fitness stuff. I'm still working out. And you know what? That's something to be proud of. I've stayed very consistent with working out. I don't look the way I want to look, but I've got strong muscles. My legs are strong, and I'm doing some good cardio and then doing these workouts and stuff. I feel pretty good for the most part. So we're just going to we're going to take it easy and on ourselves and just be proud of what we're able to accomplish during this horrible fucking world that we live in. Shall we get to the health news?
Health news. News that is health related.
Okay, well, in the health news, we're just going to talk about one topic really quick, folks, real quick, because we've got a big solar eclipse coming up. I did not pay much attention to this. I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. Like, I feel like there was an eclipse a few years ago, 2018 or 2019. I can't remember what it was. Couldn't see anything from where we were at the time. But now it's a very narrow path, folks. And where I am, we're going to be in that path of total darkness. And a lot of people I know, they're going the other way. They're going west. They're going to Hamilton. They're going to Niagara Falls is apparently in a state of emergency. They are preparing for the most tourists they've ever had. That's saying something for Niagara Falls. And trust me, that's not a place you want to be too long. Niagara Falls, it's the falls, and then it's like a carnival strip, and then the rest of it is a complete shithole. You do not want to be in Niagara Falls. It sucks. So we're not going that way. And you know what? In Hamilton, I don't really care for it. What am I going to do when we get there? Like, sniff steel? No, I'm good, thanks. We're even going to go to watch it there. No thanks. It's going to be crazy. Everyone's going to be on that bridge. It's probably going to collapse. No, we're going the other way. We're going to go to where my mom lives. She's going to have an extra 30 seconds of the darkness. Everyone's talking about how they want max darkness. We're going to get 2 minutes where we are, okay? Enjoy your 1:30 in Hamilton. We're going to get the 2 minutes out over in Belleville, okay? Now, hey, it's not the most beautiful place to watch an eclipse, but we're looking at the sky, folks. It doesn't matter where you are. So I'm not shit-talking Hamilton as you know. Well, I am. Because how do you not shit-talk Hamilton when you talk about it? Like, it's Gotham City, for fuck's sake. What I'm talking about in the health news in regard to the eclipse is the blindness that you can get if you don't wear the special glasses. Now, this is how great the world is. You know how I said the world sucks? People are selling fake ones online. People are buying these fake ones that they look like, they look like 3D glasses a little bit. They're really dark, but they don't have the proper ISO. So you're taking a risk. Some people are taking a risk, and they're going to get permanent eye damage. Okay, and it's tempting because you want to look at the partial phases. You want to see that moon slide into the sun, step to the left and step to the right. You want to see that little crescent and everything. Apparently, if you look at that while without wearing the glasses, it will burn your retina. And when you're like, see something bright and you're looking at something like a bright light, and then it's burned in your vision for a little bit, and then it goes away. It goes away in like 5 minutes, or let's say 5 minutes. It just goes away because it's just a fucking flashlight or something. This will have the same effect, but it will never go away. So you'll have like this crescent of the moon, of the sun and the moon, burned into your eye, and they can look on the back of your retina there, and it shows, you can see like a crescent burn apparently. So guys, be very careful with this stuff. Make sure you're getting the glasses that if you are going to be staring at the sun, make sure they are the proper ones. And the only time you can stare at it without them is when it's in total darkness for a couple of minutes. That's it. Once you start to see some light coming from behind that fucking moon again, put them on. You're going to burn your fucking eyes out. And I got enough issues. We've got a couple pairs that we picked up at Warby Parker. Apparently, like, okay, if you want me to tell you where you can get them, Warby Parker. Apparently, you can also get them in libraries if you're in the city. And really, it's just for people in a very small part of North America that are going to be able to see this. So if you're in Hamilton, if you're in Belleville, if you're in Kingston, you'll be able to see it. A lot of it's going to be over Lake Ontario. So if you got a little little pooter, you can take her out. Take her out a little bit. Follow the map. Get out there on the fucking lake, and you can watch it from your boat. If you got one of them. You know? So that's it. It'll be kind of exciting to see. So we're getting out of the city anyway. It's going to be nice. City. I'm not even in the city. But make sure you get those eclipse glasses. Don't fuck around. Okay? Don't fuck around. Because this shit will get you. It'll get you. Okay? And if you don't have the glasses, you can make a little pinhole into a piece of paper and then shine it onto another piece of paper, and you'll be able to see the little outline of it on the paper. You can also get a vegetable strainer, just hold that up and look down at the shadow, and apparently you'll see like a bunch of little fucking suns. So there's just a couple of ways if you can't get the glasses, because there's some people who are going to be selling these on Amazon and making their life retirement, I'm sure. Because apparently people are going to be coming in from all over the goddamn world. Ha! Ha! Ho, 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 ho. Here we go. Other shit. Quick pod. We're doing a quick one today. We've said horse come too many times. Probably going to get blocked on YouTube Music or something. I don't know if any of you are listening there. I don't think you are. It's okay. Okay, because until we're forced into listening that way to podcasts, I guess we'll have to do it. But I'm not. I'll tell you that. I'm not listening to any podcasts on YouTube Music. No thanks. I'm good. I have a podcatcher like a normal person. And now, the way that they go, they just shut down like crazy. And if you're in America, folks, tomorrow, April the 2nd, Google Podcasts will shut down for you. It'll be done. No more Google Podcasts for you Americans tomorrow, which is funny. It's like, why do they get hit first? I don't know, but the rest of the world doesn't, but it will by the end of June. So get off your Google Podcasts and get onto something else. I didn't realize, that the Google Podcast has only been around since 2018. That's not a long life. Some people like it. I've never really cared for it. Not in my top 5, but it's there, and now it'll be gone. I watched this Alex Jones doc. You know who Alex Jones is. He's the man who got sued by all the people, the parents of the Sandy Hook victims, the mass shooting that happened in 2012. There's a doc out there. I think it's like The People versus Alex Jones or The Truth versus Alex Jones, I think it's called. Anyway, this guy is a fucking monster, and he made a lot of money tar baiting people by calling it a hoax and selling his supplements, and now he's got just outrageous civil fucking damages that he has to pay. And I don't know if he ever is. Like, look at OJ. OJ hasn't paid anything. They got some money for that book where he talked about killing. And I read it. I read that book, and then I ripped it up and recycled it. Okay? And it was unhinged. Yeah, of course he did it. And, of course, Alex Jones did this. And I just don't see how he's going to come anywhere near paying that $1 billion, because he'll never have that much. And he'll also, I don't even think they want that much. They're like, just give us $150 million or something. Which I love. Like, I guess he's going to be bankrupt forever, but those weasels, man, those little fucking otter gopher motherfuckers, they know the holes. They know how to dig a hole and make a kingdom. That fucking, he looks bloated. He's taking silver water. What a fucking idiot. Selling all this shit. These people buying this shit. Thinking about the radiation and all this shit. Fucking idiots. Another Alex who's having a bad day, Alex Murdoch. Now, how do you say it? I've heard I heard like Murdog. I had a friend who's like from South Carolina, or his wife's from South Carolina. He said like Murdog, and I was like, that's not how Alex says it. Because I watched his court trial, and he said, I'm Alex Murdaugh. He said Murdaugh. Alec Murdaugh. Anyway, Alec Murdaugh, if you know him, you know him, okay? He just got another 40 years in jail for his financial crimes, all the money he embezzled and stole to pay for being on that dope sick. He was on that dope sick, Alex Murdaugh. And they just piled it on. The guy's 55. He's never going to get out of jail. He's a sick-looking ginger, too. It's tough for gingers. I got a bit ginger in me, and it's hard to look healthy when you're a ginger. Some of them do. Some of them look very, very healthy, but a lot of them look like they're a dead frog on a rock, and he's one of them. Probably because he shouldn't be living in South Carolina. I don't think gingers should be around those parts too much. Sun's a little hot. Weather's a little hot. The humidity gets to us. We get redder than we already are. Okay, so you gingers, try to stay away from there. Maybe it melted his brain a little bit. And he's got like 2 ginger boys too. Well, he murdered one of them. But don't worry, he's paying for that crime. Bad day for the Murds. Oh, God. Well, let's just finish it off. Let's try and end a little bit more positive because I know I'm a little amped up. Folks. But we're going to have a little bit shorter pod today because I wanted to get it in. I wanted to see how well you guys are doing. I know I get down on the world and everything, but it's still much better than we could have anywhere else, and that's including Mars. And I'm so happy. I'm sorry I can't cite this. I can't send you the link, but I did read somewhere that they proved that we cannot live on Mars. We'd last like 4 years or something max, and then we'd be fucked. We just can't do it. It's not. We can go there. We can look around, and then they can take some scientific approach, chew on a cyanide pill and die, and that'll be it. But and I don't even know if they can get there. How do they get there with the fucking radiation that's pouring out in the universe? It's nasty out there. It's dense. It's nasty. You see the people that are just they're the people in the space station. They're barely out in space. Just fucking barely. They're barely. If you look at a map, it's like half a fucking nail, half a thumbnail into space from the fucking Earth. It's nothing. And they come back and they're like fucking Benjamin Buttons. They're like fucking, they're fucking all fucked up and their bones are degrading. They've aged like 20 years. It's terrible. And they were only up there for 6 months. We want to go to fucking Mars all because of that obtuse triangle fucking Musk. Fucking idiot. I hate that guy. I did say I was going to be more positive to finish this off. I am sorry. See, it's so easy for me to slip in it because the world is just... I think it makes me lose my mind. Come lose it. That's why we're here, right, folks? You're here because we're trying to lose some weight and we're going to lose our fucking minds at the same time. What's going to go first? Just let me shit in a bag. So, fantasy sports, hockey, basketball. If you're in a basketball fantasy pool, this is your last week. You did it, folks. You fucking did it. You're there. The season's almost over. There's like 8 games left. Raptors are shit. Eliminated. Haven't won in like 13 games. They're fucking horrible. Thank God I ain't talking about them every week. Horrible Raptors. Jesus. They're going to stink for years. They're probably going to lose Gary. Why is Gary going to come back to that team? Why the fuck is Gary going to come back to the Toronto Raptors this summer? I don't see it happening. I'm sure he can get more money or the same money somewhere else who has a better chance of winning. And that guy is one thing. He's a shooter. That's it. He's not even that good. He's just... Look, I haven't been producing a podcast about basketball in some time, but here I am talking it, folks. Because it is the playoffs coming up, and that's exciting. It's exciting to watch playoffs because there's big stars, and they're trying so hard to get that one win, get that one chip. You got the Clippers, and Kawhi wants to win the first time ever for them. You got fucking Kevin Durant, and you got the Bucks, you got the Celtics, you got Denver looking to repeat. It's open. It's open for business. I would say the best odds are probably the Boston Celtics, but I think my belly itches. I got an itchy belly for those LA Clippers. I think this is their last season playing in the same arena as the Lakers. They share an arena. I know it's fucking crazy, but their new one, the Clippers are moving to, opens for next season. So this is it. And I think they want to leave there and they want to fucking throw a banner up in that fucking in that arena. I guess they'll take it with them. I guess they won't even put it up there. Why would they put it up there? Doesn't make any sense. They're going to be they put the banner up next season anyway. So, but they'll have won it there. Unless they win it on the road. We're getting into specifics here. I think it's the Clippers. If you're going to do any kind of betting, put it on the Clippers. You know what's funny, too, is that in Canada, hockey players have been, it's like they can't appear in betting ads anymore. There's so many fucking betting ads. Wayne Gretzky, Connor McDavid, fucking Matthews. Bet. And they just want us to fucking gamble. And they shut that down. They said, okay, they can't be promoting gambling anymore. But here's their little fucking loophole. And they're already showing these commercials. Fuck, they think everything, don't they? They can still do a gambling commercial, but if it's just them talking about the safety of gambling. So it's like they can't be promoting anything about making bets or anything like that. But promoting a gambling service that can allow you to get help and make sure that you're not going overboard, and that's all you talk about, they can do that. So Connor McDavid is still doing that. Jesus, they think of it all. This is the beauty of the commercial. Okay, commercials, this is comeback time. The actors are going to be paid absolute shit, but now they're going to be on everything. You're fucking streaming, all that fucking shit. They're going to be everywhere. And the actors are going to be making peanuts and a cock dick. So, can't wait for hockey. That's more, I don't know why I'm talking so much about basketball. Fucking Leafs are going to the playoffs. They could clinch it tonight. They could clinch the playoffs 8 straight years. Boy, I've been a fan so long. I remember when they couldn't make the playoffs for 8 straight years. 2005 to 2013, nothing. I remember those days. I remember it ending in regular season, that's it. Now they're fucking going to the playoffs. They don't do shit. But they get there. They fucking get there. They got the power to get there. We'll see what happens. But I'll be honest, my hopes are at an all-time low. I really feel I would be very, very shocked if they are able to get out of the first round this year. That being said, go fucking Leafs, go.
Health news.
That's not what I was supposed to do. That wasn't what I was supposed to do, okay? That was incorrect. What's correct? Well, the outro music. Thanks for listening, everybody. I know it's a bit of a crazy one, episode 114. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to rate. Make sure to tell your aunt that I'm fucking here and I ain't going nowhere. God bless America.